Welcome back to Freespace. Today is the first day of July, and we were able to secure funding to go for one more month. The original plan was only to do 30 days, but we had so much momentum and so many things left unfinished that we ran a crowdfunding campaign and were able to raise $25,000 to cover the increased rent and our expenses. So come see what we've done over the course of the month, and I really am glad to be doing these video series. So yeah, come check it out. We have a beautiful peacock and toucan birds and everything by Deb, who's done a beautiful job in kind of beautifying the front of the building, which is really important. And then we've also had this kind of spontaneous sculpture that says love added to the chain link fence. Freespace with its new door. Sacred Space looking a little bit sparse, but that's okay. A lot of really nice things have happened in this space over the course of the month that I'm happy to have been a part of. Here's the orientation room, which we've let people go nuts and draw on and share messages. And we even have 3D Twister now. You know, right hand green, right foot yellow. Kind of a cool little added dimension to the game. And then go into the main room. This mural by Chris, kind of a female Ganesha, still being worked on. Only too much has changed in this room. Kind of have another doodle going on there, interesting colors. Again, even though the room hasn't changed that much, just walking through, definitely can, I don't know, remember all of the different events that have happened here in 30 days. We did 119 events in 30 days, and many of them happened up here in the movement room. So it's kind of nice to reminisce about those as we start to move into July. We're taking a different approach that's a lot more focused on implementing our projects and really figuring out how to expand the Freespace model to other cities. Instead of, you know, it takes a lot of our kind of staff's bandwidth in order to schedule and program all of these different events. So we're trying to have a little bit of a more tactical approach this month in July. We've added curtains to the nook. It's a little more homey now. This is a new mural I haven't even seen. I think this has gone in the last like day or two. What's up?
What's up, man?
It's a really cool mural that came in the kitchen. Got a chicken. I think they're gonna add a cow to a different one. Kitchen's also had some really amazing meals. I don't know, it's nice to have community together to share food. So some other new murals on the side here for Pride 2013. Just had the big DOMA discussion, or Supreme Court decision. The city's been kind of crazy for that. It's a mural from Scrap. These are old microfiches. Remember those? They're like pre-internet storage of things, just really small. This is a sketch by Carlos. Really beautiful. He did it with just Sharpie. And I just love the perspective and the tree, and really impressed with what he did. Yeah, and here we are in front of the Yellow Bike Project. Again, prototyped it really successfully during the month of June, but July is about scaling. Same with Freespace, prototype, now it's scaling. Bike Project, same thing. This was one of the favorite things we did over the course of the month. We worked with the Boys and Girls Club of the Tenderloin, and they had high school students meet with third graders and talk about play spaces and how to create space in the Tenderloin that they would enjoy, and they interviewed them and then created these models. This one is about superheroes. They learned that the little kids really like superheroes, so this is a place where you can build superhero stuff, you can make costumes, and you can read comics, and then this area is where you can wear those things you made and play in it. And we're actually going to invite them back here to Freespace, and we're going to prototype that. We're going to have a whole bunch of fabrics and have them make their own costumes, and then have a little play date inside of Freespace. And this one was about putting a library next to a stage, next to a sports facility. Because some of the kids like sports, some of the kids like reading, and this is a place where they can all hang out together. So that's really kind of the human-centered design process that we've really tried to follow it at Freespace that was kind of pioneered by IDEO, and it was just, it was really special to see kids interviewing littler kids about how to create that inside of our space, which is about creating space. So we're going to have them back and actually build or enact real life examples of the models that they created. This has become one of the coolest murals in the space. It keeps evolving. Like, it's kind of like when you see a painter and you're like, okay, you're done, right? And then they keep adding to it and you're like, oh yeah, that's even better. And it just goes so nicely with Emily's mural next to it, the black and white contrast. Jeanette's over here.
Flag's done.
Working on our flag. We have a Freespace flag, or what's it gonna do?
You see it now?
Yeah.
It's gonna blow in the wind.
Yeah. So we're gonna mount it on top of the building. Thought that was one thing that was missing from the space, is like movement. There's so much movement inside, so we really wanted to showcase that on the front of the building, and I don't know, it's fun to have a flag. Thank you.
You're welcome.
There's a new piece by Forrest Stearns that he put on the next to the stage. It's really cool. He painted all the individual pieces and then assembled it. Emily is ever consistently working. But as she's been working and expanding her beautiful mural, there's been all these other murals added, kind of complement it. A blank slate. We started over. We erased and painted over all of the events, the 119 events from June, and we're starting with a blank slate again. Not quite as blank as it was at the beginning of June, but as far as the events are concerned, it's a blank slate. And the same with the projects wall. We're gonna reintroduce the projects that have had some success and leave room and space for additional. So here it is, the blank canvas. There's our front room. What are you working on?
Chalkboard necklaces.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah. And fish.
Fish? Fish. The bear. Crowdfunding goal. We had this chalkboard kind of thermometer showing where we're at, and we hit our goal and eclipsed it, and we raised about $26,000 to continue into now, the month of July. And the other thing we added is this poster that showed up from the inspiration campaign. It says, "Big things have small beginnings." We've also added our principles at the front door. When people walk in, they get to be informed right away of kind of what's supposed to happen when you're inside. So that's most of the inside space. Let's take a quick walk through the garden and the parking lot, and we'll see what's out there. This is the mural on the back of the building that Eon 75 did. Here we are in the garden. Our park cycle, our barbecue. We've had some good events out here. And really, it's just great to see the flowers blossoming and the living logo. We have some great tomatoes coming in. I don't know if that one's supposed to be orange, but otherwise you eat it. But yeah, it's just so cool to, having given the garden a couple of weeks to mature and grow and get settled in its new environment. It's really flourishing. I've been so grateful to everyone who's contributed to it, both in the plants and in the time and effort to water things. I personally am really bad about keeping plants alive, although I consider myself an environmentalist, so that's what it is. It's a team effort, and we have dedicated people. Like, the ground's wet right now. It was just watered a few minutes ago by Carrie. So, and then coming down into the parking lot, we've had some of the artists start to paint over theirs, kind of claiming them as their walls, because it's important for things to change. Especially, there's this whole respect around graffiti and street art that tigers have. If they see a completed mural, they're going to respect it, but if it stays up for too long, they may go in and start to paint over it. So it's important to show that we're curating the gallery. And what's kind of exciting about this space is we're not sure what what happens beyond July. because the rent is really expensive on the building, and we're Freespace. We only intended to stay for 30 days. So one of the possibilities we're talking about is how to extend our project, and the parking lot may be one of those things. The rent for the parking lot is cheaper for an entire year than 1 month inside of the building. So again, it's still early in the month, and that's really the whole point of July, is to figure out what we're going to do with this, because it's been really exciting and seems to have struck a chord with people. And so where we're standing here right now may play a really important role in the future of the Freespace movement. So thanks for checking it out again. We'll check in a couple more days, and hope you're all enjoying checking out our progress. And again, thank you so much to the entire community, both people that have come here and dedicated themselves to sharing their passion, people that have contributed to the IndieGoGo campaign, people that are just watching the videos and talking about what we're doing. We are forever grateful, and really want to make you proud by spreading this. So thank you.